So one of the most common things I get asked is, Michael, can they take my house if it's the council? Well, it's a common fear that the council will take your house to pay for care. In reality, while the value of your home is often included in the financial assessment of the care fees, there are strict rules that can protect it, or at least prevent it from being sold while you or your partner is living there. Here's some of the things in March 2026. When your home is saved, which we call a mandatory disregard, the local authority cannot count the value of your home in the financial assessment if any of the following here live there: a spouse, partner or civil partner, a relative aged 60 or over, a child under 18, a relative who is incapacitated or disabled. In these cases, the council is disregarded and your assessment based only on your other savings and income. Now, this isn't as straightforward as it might sound. The council have been known to challenge these things. So don't think, somebody goes into care, so you stick a young child in or a relative and say they've been living there a couple of years, they go and ask, are they on the electoral register and all the rest of it? So don't believe what they say. Now, the capital thresholds in England and Northern Ireland, if the house is protected by the rules above, the value will be added to your savings. Over £23,250, they are self-funded and you must pay the full costs of care yourself. So if your house is protected, right, but you've got 23,250, well, you won't have that for long, will you, when you're paying for care? Now, at £14,250 to £2,250, the council helps pay, but you must contribute a tariff from your capital. So again, won't last long. Under 14,250, the council pays the majority, although they will take most of your pension living for the small, but leaving you with a small allowance, roughly £30.65. Now, that is different in Scotland and Wales. But what I would say to you is, you try thinking of, if you're getting £30.65 a week, you try thinking of, you're really going to have to save up to buy Christmas presents for the grandkids or birthday presents, aren't you? You don't always have to sell the deferred payment scheme, which is just the same, by the way, really, at making you sell. Even if the house is included in the assessment, you aren't usually forced to sell it immediately. There's a 12-week disregard rule. For the first 12 weeks of permanent care, the council ignores the value of your house to give you time to think or arrange the sale. The deferred payment scheme, EPS is what they call it, this is essentially a loan from the council. They will pay your fees and the debt is secured against your home. The money is repaid only when the house is eventually sold and after you pass away. This allows the home to stay the family during your lifetime. But don't be kidded. So it racks up and racks up. Before you know it, there'll be naught left for your kids. Now, the other thing is, you remember we talked about the 7-year rule? Well, that doesn't count here, mind, with houses. So unlike the 7-year rule for inheritance tax, there's no time limit for care fees. If a council believes you gave away your home, especially to avoid paying for care, known as the deliberate prevention, these assets you can still have it to pay. They can actually claw it back. And they have been known to do this. The care trap update. You may have heard about the 86,000 cap on care costs. As of now, the government scrapped this plan in late 2024. This means there's currently no limit on how much you might have to pay for your care in a lifetime in England. So how can you proceed? Well, give me a ring. But the problem that you get is what we would do is do things like life interest trusts and things like that. Anyway, if you're in this problem, my heart goes out to you.